The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
Next on UMass Sports Insider, we're hitting the hardwood with the UMass Minute Women, who are hitting the road this weekend after a pair of home games to begin conference play. You'll hear from their head coach as well as meet a high-scoring sophomore guard who's helped carry the team to some early season victories. And as Hockey East play resumes this weekend, we'll catch up with the Minutemen as they look forward to a big rivalry matchup Saturday at Boston University. Plus, we sit down with two of the longest tenured coaches on campus, getting you ready for the action this winter in indoor track and field. Sprinting right out of the gates, UMass Sports Insider starting up. You're watching UMass Sports Insider, presented by Mafre Insurance, Coca-Cola, and Office Depot Office Max. We are now 1 week into conference play in basketball for both the Minutemen and Minutewomen. While the men's squad began A-10 competition with 2 games on the road, the women opened with a pair of contests at Mullins. Now this weekend, the scenes shift with Derek Kellogg's squad hosting St. Bonaventure on Saturday and Sharon Dawley's squad heading out to New York to battle the Bonnies Sunday. Hi there, welcome to UMass Sports Insider. I'm your host, Josh Maurer. Coming up in a few moments, we've got a preview of the hockey team's return to conference play with a matchup at BU on Saturday night. But let's start with women's basketball. Despite dropping their first 2 Atlantic 10 games here at the Mullins Center, Sharon Dawley's team brought some momentum with it into the new year with a very strong finish to the non-conference schedule. Wednesday, they made some big plays in the defeat to St. Joe's, and let's take a look at some of the highlights presented by Office Depot Office Max. And now we are pleased to welcome on the head coach, Sharon Dawley, and also one of the senior leaders of the team, Rashida Timbilla. The segment brought to you by Office Depot Office Max. Ladies, thanks so much for joining us. Coach, what have you seen in the last few weeks that's helped your team improve the play so much? It's been going well for your ladies. What's been the biggest areas of improvement?
I would say our man-to-man defense has gotten better and better. We've been continually working on the nuances, especially boxing out. We've been able to throw in some junk defense lately, and that's been really successful for us. So I think I like what I see on the defensive end, and we're still trying to get our offense to click a little bit better, but Rashida's doing a great job on both ends of the floor for us.
Well, Rashida, let's talk about your play recently. As one of the leaders of the team, I imagine that now that you're in conference play, you get that sense of urgency, you feel like you need to step it up. Is that the case when you get to your last conference season?
Yeah, it's my last go-around, so I want to make it a good one. So, yeah, I'm excited.
What's been working as the way you see it for your team and a lot of the young players who have also been stepping it up recently?
I think defensively we're clicking, like Coach said, and offensively we have so many pieces. We have so many weapons who can put the ball in the net. So we're relying on a lot of pieces to get going and help us on both ends of the floor.
Coach, you had a great December. It was a great finish to 2015. How much momentum did that give you coming into the Atlantic 10 part of your schedule?
Well, it's so key to go into the holidays and go into conference play with momentum. It just builds confidence, and our league is so tough that you need that momentum to hit your stride in conference. The Hartford game was very stressful, being down by as much as we were, but I want them to always remember we're never out of it. Even as bad as that looked, we were never out of it, so that's a good lesson to learn.
Rashida, you're going to have to play a couple of tough road games here as Atlantic 10 play continues. You go to St. Bonaventure this weekend, then you'll have to head to St. Louis. Do you talk to your teammates about how much tougher it gets in league when you have to go on the road?
Honestly, we haven't mentioned it much. We have players who have been there before in high school and club basketball on different levels, but I think each day, whether we're on the road or at home, we want to come in with the mentality that we can win and play hard, and it starts every day in practice.
Coach, you know what it takes to win road games. Tell us about it. Is it an intestinal fortitude? Is it a mindset? What does it take to be a good road team when you're playing teams that know you so well?
I think it's a mindset. And this conference is so even now. You know, there might be a couple of teams that kind of hanging at the top, but I really think anyone can get anyone. So on the road, it's a matter of getting there safely is a good thing first, getting rest, and then just staying locked in. And to be honest with you, sometimes that's easier on the road than it is at home, because at home you're spread out very thin. You have a lot of distractions, but on the road you just lock down. You know the scout. We're not in classes right now, so it'll be like, let's get there, let's get rested, let's lock in, let's know the scout, and let's have some fun.
I was going to ask you about the classes thing, Rashida. This month in January, you get a few months or a few weeks where really you just get to be a full-time basketball player instead of having to deal with all the classwork. What's it like as a student athlete during this period where you get to focus solely on your sport?
It's awesome, actually. I like not having classes.
I was going to say, she hates this time.
Yeah, I hate it so much. No, I'm just kidding. It's awesome because you can just focus on one thing and not two different things, and how to balance school and classes and miss classes. So it really works to our advantage.
Well, ladies, continued success. Good luck on the road in these coming days, and we'll talk to you again really soon.
Thank you very much.
Rashida Timbilla and Coach Sharon Dawley here on UMass Sports Insider. Time for us to take a quick break. We will be right back. When we come back, we go onto the ice and catch up with the Minutemen as they get set to resume Hockey East play against the always tough BU Terriers. Hear from Coach Mick and Captain Steven Iacobellis on the other side.
He drives, he shoots, he scores. That's right, it's basketball season and your UMass Minutemen are ready to take to the court at the Mullen Center. Don't miss out on the fun. Be sure to get your seats for this season's premium matchups and exciting game day action. Choose your games with the Maroon Pack or the Musket Pack. Select 3 great games for only $55 or 5 games for $90. Great seats are still available. And single game tickets are starting at just $20. Get your game on. Call 866-UMass-TICKS or visit UMassathletics.com to lock in your seats today.
Forward-thinking insurance company with a global network, focused on taking care of you and your family, providing freedom from worry everywhere you go. Mafre Insurance, a forward-thinking insurance company with a global network, providing friendly service with over 2,000 professionals taking care of you and your family. Mafre Insurance.
I'm getting ready to shop for school supplies, and I'm kind of super excited about it.
A number 2 pencil. It'll get you through the day. This is what you need.
Why didn't I get enough pencils?
Like, I'd open a pack of paper and feel like it smells like learning.
Love that sound.
Oh, the future is now, ladies and gentlemen.
This is what I'm going to get. This right here.
I am a student again, and I can do anything, and I have an agenda.
Leadership isn't given. It's earned, realized, accomplished, fulfilled, won. Leadership isn't given. It's taken.
Welcome back to UMass Sports Insider. It's back into the Hockey East grind for the UMass hockey team starting this weekend with a game at Boston University on Saturday night. And now we welcome on head coach John Micheletto. This segment sponsored by Office Depot, Office Max. Well, Coach, back to it. It's such a tough league, and now you've got BU coming up on Saturday night. With so much of the league schedule, though, still in front of you, how are you feeling about things as you get ready to get back into that grind?
Well, we're excited with the first half of the season and what our young guys were able to do. And having, as you mentioned, the better portion of more than half of our league games left, and I believe 8 of the 12 that we have remaining here at Mullins, we're very excited about what could be an exciting second half of the year.
You come off of a couple-week break. That's standard for the hockey program for the holidays and the new year, and you came back last weekend with a great overtime win at Army. and a lot of guys produced for your team in that victory. What did that do for not only the team, but its overall confidence level coming back off of a long break?
Well, it was faced a lot of adversity. We're down a handful of bodies, particularly on the blue line. William Lagesson is at the World Junior Championships, and we've got a couple of injuries. So it was kind of next man up mentality for us, and going into an unfriendly building down at West Point, and they had just come off of a big win against Merrimack in their home building. So we really gritted it out. It was a good, gutsy road victory for our guys. And as you mentioned, I think more just setting a tone for us heading into the second half of the season with the league schedule coming up. I think it does put a little bit of wind in our sails.
You know, you were mentioning the William Lagesson is playing at the World Junior Championships. You played a Team USA, in fact, here right before that tournament began, a really talented squad that your guys matched up with pretty well. So Team USA goes on to the medal round in that tournament. You saw them early. What did you take away from that as a learning experience for your guys?
Well, I think just the experience of it for our players, it's something that they'll be able to reflect back on long after they're gone from campus here, to play against the caliber of players and a team that, as you mentioned, goes to the medal round. I think it was a great experience, and I think a lot of confidence building for our guys to know that we can compete at that level. And I think it was a good brand of hockey for our fans to see.
Well, you talked about all the home games that are coming up as you get back into hockey's play. Unfortunately, Saturday's not one of them. You have to go to BU. It's always tough to play the Terriers, especially when you're there at Agganis Arena. Give us a little preview of what faces you ahead on Saturday night.
Well, they're going to be big, and they're going to be fast, and they're going to be talented. So other than that, we should have an easy go of it. But no, we're looking forward to it. It's always been a good matchup for us. I think we've competed very, very well against BU, particularly on the road in their building in my time here. So again, I know that they've got good goaltending. They're going to have most of the players from the World Juniors back that were playing in that event. So they're going to be full health as well. Again, we just know that we better make sure that we're in for a 60 or 65-minute game mentally as well as physically.
Well, we're looking forward to watching it. Good luck this weekend, Coach. Thanks for the time.
Thank you, Josh.
And now we welcome on the team captain. Here is junior Steven Yacobelis. We were talking with your coach just a moment ago about how big the win at Army last weekend was. You scored the game winner in overtime. So take me through it and talk to us a little bit, Steven, about how important that was coming off a long break.
Yeah, it's a big win for us, obviously, coming back. Army had a game under their belt already. That was our first game back right after the break, and I think it was big for everybody. I think especially for our goaltender, Alex Wakaluk. That's his first win as a college player, so really happy for him, and I think it's really good for the team moving forward.
All right, so it's back to the grind that is Hockey East starting this weekend with the Saturday game at BU. You've been through these a few times, these wars when you get into the January and February part of the conference schedule. But tell the viewers a little bit, what is it like to go through this conference this time of the year?
Yeah, obviously it's a lot more difficult towards the middle section towards the end of the year. Teams getting better, teams are working out their issues, and it's a harder season towards the end every time. So we have to amp up our play and really focus and bear down on and off the ice. So it's gonna be a bit of a grind, but we're up for it and excited.
Tell me about BU. You've faced this team before. What should we know about them as you get ready to go to Agganis Arena?
Yeah, they're a good team. There's no question. Coached by a good coach. But the good thing is, we've had some success there. It's a good place to play. It's a nice rink. We feel comfortable, and it's not too far. A lot of people have a lot of family that'll be in town and attendance, so we're looking forward to it.
All right, Steven. Well, congrats on an overtime game winner last weekend, and hopefully we'll see something similarly exciting from you this Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Steven Yacobelis, before that, head coach John Micheletto. It's time for us to take a break here on UMass Sports Insider. When we come back, more women's basketball coming your way. You'll get to meet a garrulous sophomore sniper for UMass, whose game has been doing a lot of the talking thus far this season. A player her teammates call Sauce, Sierra Dillard. We'll be right back.
He drives, he shoots, he scores! That's right, it's basketball season and your UMass Minutemen are ready to take to the court at the Mullen Center. Don't miss out on the fun. Be sure to get your seats for this season's premium matchups and exciting game day action. Choose your games with the Maroon Pack or the Musket Pack. Select 3 great games for only $55 or 5 games for $90. Great seats are still available. And single game tickets are starting at just $20. Get your game on. Call 866-UMass-TICKS or visit UMassathletics.com to lock in your seats today.
We are back on UMass Sports Insider. The UMass Minute Women, as we've been talking about, are embarking upon a 2-game road trip. They'll start at St. Bonaventure on Sunday. And we are joined now by the sophomore guard who's leading the team in scoring. This is Sierra Dillard. and this interview brought to you by our friends at Peter Pan. Tell us a little bit about your part of New York, where you come from. For the people that aren't familiar with you, tell us about your hometown.
Hometown of Rochester, New York, about an hour from Buffalo and about an hour from Syracuse, is right dead in the middle. Just great people. I love my hometown. You know, I came from a great high school, Gates Chili, and a great county, Monroe County, in Section 5 basketball. It's just, you know, unbelievable just place to be. We have a lot of good talent coming out of Rochester and a lot of good talent coming out of upstate New York. You know, I used to play against Brianna Stewart, Shania Chung from UConn. You know, they stopped my state title, but, you know. So, you know, it's just a lot of great talent coming out of upstate New York, and I love playing in that area.
One of the big things that I think everybody's noticed in watching you play this year is the improvement you made from your first year as a freshman to now as a confident and high-scoring sophomore. What's the difference been between last year and this?
Just, you know, having experience, you know, knowing what you're going to get out of collegiate basketball. It's a big jump from high school to freshman year, and my teammates do a great job in helping me out my freshman year, and now, you know, it's kind of my job to help out the freshmen. So as what my teammates did for me last year, I can try to do for the freshmen this year and just help, you know, the team in our overall victory to get the W.
I think one of the things that people say most about you is your confidence. No matter, you've got that shooter's confidence, I guess. No matter if you missed your last few shots, you've got that belief you're always going to make the next one, right? Where does that confidence come from?
It comes from my teammates. You know, any shooter, we get down on ourselves and stuff like that. You know, I'm a human being, so I'm going to get down if I miss a shot. But my team does a great job of helping me out and, you know, just saying, keep shooting, you got the next one. And, you know, I just, you know, just keep shooting and have the mentality that I'm going to make the next one.
No more so than, I'm going to take you back a few weeks to the end of the game against Hofstra. Your team had a huge win. You had been struggling. The team falls behind by 3 points in the closing seconds, and you take the shot. It's a three-pointer. If you make it, you tie the game. Not only did you make it, you got fouled, and you'll win the game.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. That must have been incredible.
It really was incredible. Coach drew up the play. We took the timeout, and like when she called, like, we're gonna go for you, I'm like, oh, Coach, like I've been 1 for 8 or 1 for 10 or something like that, something incredible numbers. And I'm like, Coach, and she's like, you got it. And then my teammates got in my ear like, you got it, just shoot. And then as I got into the play, and as I'm coming off the, you know, the great screen by Alyssa and the beautiful pass by Bria, I saw that my defender was closing in fast. I had to get that thing off fast. So as I was closing in, I felt it go off, and it was a good release. And she was closing in fast. She hit my arm, and I fell, and it was a 4-point play.
And it was part of a great finish to the non-conference schedule that you guys had. It must have, all those wins in December, like that great one against Hofstra, must have given you a lot of confidence coming into A10 play. Was that the case?
Yeah, it was a lot of confidence. We knew our first game against VCU was a great team, and, you know, they were 11-2, now 12-2. And, you know, just, you know, being 4-1 in December was a great month to, like, just keep the ball rolling. And even though we took a setback to VCU, we have a lot of confidence that we're going to do some great things in the A10.
All right. Well, Sierra, it was great to spend a few minutes with you, and we wish you continued success out on the court.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
There's UMass's leading scorer thus far this season, Sierra Dillard. We're going to take another quick break here on UMass Sports Insider. When we come back, you'll get the lowdown on the indoor track and field season. We're coming right back.
Leadership isn't given. It's earned. Realized. Accomplished. Fulfilled. Won. Leadership isn't given. It's taken.
Hi, and welcome back to UMass Sports Insider. Well, the indoor track and field season gets underway this weekend with a meet at Yale. Both the Minutemen and Minutewomen are looking to build off of some strong finishes in the fall during the cross-country campaign. So now let's hear about the winter squads in the indoor portion of the schedule, presented by Mafre Insurance.
A big word for the team's position right now is enthusiasm. A lot of excitement running through the ranks of the younger kids and some of the older veterans inspiring them.
We've been training really, really hard since June with our entire group, specifically mid-distance, because we all trained together and we could meet up over the summer a good amount, and then we put in a lot of good work throughout this fall, and I think everyone's definitely like chomping at the bit to get on the track.
We finished second in the conference in cross country, which was a real top finish for us for several years. and most of those people will be joining us. But the other events I think are even more exciting. You know, the middle distance, sprints and hurdles, and jumps and throws. We're a lot stronger than most people think we are.
I want to lead by example, you know, do the right thing and show everyone hard work pays off and put everyone on the right road to improvement and getting better as a team. Related to Christmas. I mean, we've been training so hard for so long, and we've just been looking forward to this. We're excited for it, and we just want to get out there and compete.
Last year in outdoor we finished 4th place, which was really good and higher than we were expecting. And I think everyone's just starting to roll off of that 4th place finish and try and do as best as we can to do higher.
I think we can combine some really good depth along with some individual excellence. We'll be much stronger indoors than we were last year indoors.
We're quite excited to get going. We've had a great fall of training, and now we'll actually have a chance to see them compete.
We've been doing a lot of speed work lately just to help the turnover, and we've already been seeing results with like us getting faster and everything. Switching the lifting a little bit so that we're aiming more towards strengthening our muscles for more explosive.
This is the hardest I've ever trained here at UMass, and I think that is mostly because of all the talent we have this year. So we're working harder than ever, and I think it's really great and a really good indicator of how well the season will go.
I think I'm going to do more of like thousands and miles. I'm used to usually just doing the 800 because I've never been really that strong. But this is my first year making it through a whole season of cross country, so I think I'm definitely ready to move up in events.
Our main goal is to win conference. I think that we all know that we can do it this year with all the talent we got for freshmen and all the seniors and upperclassmen, juniors and sophomores that have developed.
I think as a program we've made a jump this year, and we're stronger through all of our event areas. I think we're going to be looking at the top 3 spots for sure. And I mean, you go to A10s, it's a dogfight. And who shows up to compete that day? And I know our staff and our athletes, we want to win the A10s, and it's not out of the question.
Good luck to the Minutemen and Minutewomen on the indoor track and field season. And we will be back to wrap up this week's edition of UMass Sports Insider right after this.
He drives, he shoots, he scores. That's right, it's basketball season and your UMass Minutemen are ready to take to the court at the Mullen Center. Don't miss out on the fun. Be sure to get your seats for this season's premium matchups and exciting game day action. Choose your games with the Maroon Pack or the Musket Pack. Select 3 great games for only $55 or 5 games for $90. Great seats are still available, and single game tickets are starting at just $20. Get your game on. Call 866-UMass-TICKS or visit UMassathletics.com to lock in your seats today.
Forward-thinking insurance company with a global network, focused on taking care of you and your family, providing freedom from worry everywhere you go. Mafre Insurance, a forward-thinking insurance company with a global network, providing friendly service with over 2,000 professionals taking care of you and your family. Mafre Insurance.
I'm getting ready to shop for school supplies, and I'm kind of super excited about it.
A number 2 pencil. It'll get you through the day. This is what you need.
Why didn't I get enough pencils?
Like, I'd open a pack of paper, I'd be like, it smells like learning.
Love that sound.
Oh, the future is now, ladies and gentlemen.
This is what I'm gonna get. This right here.
I am a student again, and I can do anything, and I have an agenda.
Welcome back. Well, that's going to do it for another program of UMass Sports Insider, but don't forget we've got a lot of action throughout the athletic department this weekend. Saturday afternoon right here at the Mullen Center, it's the first home A10 men's basketball game for Derek Kellogg and company. They host St. Bonaventure at noon, and later in the evening, the hockey team returns to Hockey East play. They're at BU at 7 o'clock. Also, a special note, the women's swimming and diving team is hosting Rhode Island over at Joseph Rogers Pool. That's on Friday and Saturday. We're going to have another brand new edition of UMass Sports Insider for you next week, so make sure to tune in. Until that time, I'm Josh Maurer saying thanks for watching and have a great weekend.